TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you, a lot of the guys in the business, nepotism is something that everybody thinks, well, his old man was a wrestler, so, he was immediately, a wrestler.
Right.
But I was going to college at West Texas State, where Stan Hansen and Frank Brody, Dick Murdoch, Tully Blanchard, Terry Funk, just some old-time names, and really, in terms of the way people think now, those were the old days. But I was at school there, and I went there in the summer of '79, and I'd been going out to Terry's, and he had sold his promotion to Dick Murdoch, and Murdoch and I just loved Murdoch. He was such a character, and I knew him all of my life, and he passed on, but I was at one of the shows, and what I would do is I would help set up the chairs at the arenas, and I couldn't actually work because I was under scholarship, to play football at West Texas State, so that would nullify my scholarship. But one night, JJ Dillon was there, and I had helped set up the ring, and JJ came and said to me, he said, "Guess what?" He said, "You're going to wrestle tonight." And I said, "What do you mean I'm going to wrestle? I don't know what to do." He said, "Just listen to me, and we'll walk through this thing." He said, "We'll just go about 10 or 15 minutes, and it'll be easy." So man, I'm shaking, and I didn't even have any wrestling tights or boots. And so one of the guys that had wrestled in a match right before us, I put on his boots, and they were like 2 sizes too small, and I tried to lace them up, and JJ gave me a pair of his under tights, which were like bikini bottoms on me, but they were loose, and geez, I was just about hanging out of the thing. But that was in '79, and I went in the ring. I was so nervous. I tried to have a match with him, but I let JJ just, he just walked me through it. It's like teaching somebody how to dance,
right.
Like going to dance school. And there, I guess that was when I had my first match, and I wouldn't even call it a match. It was probably so horrifying, that if I saw it now, I'd be scared to even look at it. I'd probably try to get every copy and get it destroyed. But I did it, and for 2 years after that, I hauled the ring and set up the chairs and put out posters and went to the towns early where the promoters, Terry Garvin, God rest his soul, he taught me that end of the wrestling business. How to go out and do your promotions old style.
Right.
Which radio stations, and you go and talk at radio stations, and you put out posters. You got to go in every 7-Eleven in town and ask them to put up a poster. And I didn't just step into the ring and have my match, like so many people think. For 2 years, I refereed every match, and after a while, they would let me wrestle in the first match. And I learned how to work in the ring. Back then, they didn't have a setup with any dojos or wrestling schools or anything like there are now.
Now, was your father very supportive of you when you first got into the business?
Well, you know what? When I was in high school, I'm sure that that popular thought was that I always dreamed of being a wrestler, but that really wasn't on my mind, and my dad really never asked me about it. So it really wasn't a question. It was just I really just started wrestling by accident, and when he found out I was doing it, and he found out that it was that I was actually working against my scholarship to play, playing football.
Right.
Because I'm sure he had dreams of me going and playing football. I ran a 4.6 40 at 238 pounds. So I could have played in the pros probably. You know, I could deep snap really well, so, you know, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying that there were other things that I probably could have done or should have done, but I'm sure he had a different idea for me. You know, he didn't, it wasn't in his mind that I was going to
Right.
become a wrestler.
Now,
TitleMatchNetwork.com